Hi, I am Kedro on Two Wheels, and today we will be taking a look at the Ridervision. So this is the Ridervision at night. So this is the hazards pattern. You can see me in front. This is Kedrina driving the car. So I'm going to indicate left. Check that out. And the first thing I've noticed, and you probably noticed as well, is that just how unbelievably bright it is. I wasn't expecting anything like this, but this is actually pretty bright. I seriously was not expecting it to be this bright. And so I'm really happy with it. It's very visible at night, very, very visible. You can compare the running, look, brakes, and left and right, and now hazards, I think. Where are the hazards? The hazards are really nice intermittent feature where both indicators turn on and your running lights turn off. It's also replicated at the front where the two white lights you have on the chest turn off, and then the yellow lights for the indicators turn on, and so they alternate. But anyways, you can compare the running lights on the bike with the running lights on my back, and they are very close to the same brightness. Also, check out that the indicators blink exactly the same time on the vest and on the bike. So it's very discreet. You actually, when you go through people, they take a look and go, okay, yeah, that guy's got a lot of indicators, and then half a second later they go, hang on a moment, those indicators are on the biker, not the bike. I'm really happy about this. Look, this just looks awesome. And in case you're wondering, this is just about what you see with your own eyes at night. One of the good features of the GoPro is that it's very good recording at night. So this is basically what you see. Maybe slightly a little bit brighter, but this is somewhat what you would see with your own eyes. So yeah, that you can see this helps visibility immensely. Now I'm going to stop ahead. Then I'm going to do an intersection simulation. Look at the stoplights. When you hit the brakes, all three red bars at the rear light up. So it's way brighter. Now look at me from the front. See, these are the front lights. The front LED white running lights at the front. Really bright also. They're actually so bright it illuminates the whole front of the bike when I have them on. So on the Portuguese end-to-end, if we ride at night, I can turn those on and I can actually read the roadbook. Now, Kedrin is moving on for a better angle, and I'm going to come in and turn right. Check out the indicator. You can see the indicator coming in from the front as I'm turning right. And now, after this, I will be going again and then turning left. So let's see. That's because you're backing up a little bit. Okay, here you go. See, turning left. I'm going to go around. You can see it from quite a ways off. So that's nice. This has just about the same visibility as your normal bike indicators. Very important thing. Here you can see I'm indicating left, even though you are on the right side. So these indicators are not like the bike indicators, obscured by the bike itself, because they sit higher up on you. So cars can see, and they're still obviously on the left side, so it's really nice. Just look at it. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, this isn't for everyone, that's true. This is a lot of money, it's a hard sell in Portugal, and not everyone will want to ride around lit up like a Christmas tree, okay? This is a specialty product. But with that being said, I love it. Now I'm standing up because at this time I wasn't sure if it would be visible over the top case, because the top case is really tall. So I'm standing up to show you how it looks like when you're riding standing up. The two white bars you see right under my back, the light, is the two reflective bars, which are very, very effective. But as I was saying, this isn't for everyone. Your usual sports rider on leathers will not want this in any way, shape, or form. That's normal. But for longer trips into the unknown, nighttime rides, commuting at night, this is a very, very nice safety product. Okay, you might think, okay, this is a lot of money. I could almost buy an airbag module for that. First, airbag module is more expensive. And yeah, it will protect you in a crash, but the idea of this is to prevent you from getting in a crash. And I'm pretty sure this will work, avoid you getting rear-ended, because, well, it's another light, and people will go, hey, look at that guy with those lights. And the people who say that, who take notice of you in those occasions, are the same people who are no longer going to hit you because they know you are there. That's why I like this so much. It should be able to actively prevent you from getting a crash. One of those really nasty, sorry mate, didn't see you crashes. I really, really like the way this works and looks. I'll do a daytime video one of these days, not this one, but I'll have to do one in the daytime. Now I'm going to go away and cross over to show you the lights from the front. See how far away you can see it. You can clearly see still two lights, one below and one above. And this really does help visibility. There's no question about it. Now check this out. I'm going to cross over, blinking left. Thing is, the headlights from the bike are going to dazzle the GoPro. But if you take a more attentive look at the top of the light, you can see me blinking right. See? There we go. And you can see also the two lights on my chest. I'm going to go forward again. Fast. Come on, boy. Hurry up. Ah, here we go. And bye-bye. Again, indicating to turn around. Now, these lights are real bright automotive 12 volt or 1 amp or whatever LEDs. So these are really, really bright. The white lights at the front, when you're talking to someone, they actually dazzle. Not the cars when they're crossing. Now, these are the hazards. Check them out, see? You can clearly see the hazard pattern, and it's very attention drawing. It draws a lot of attention, this hazard pattern. I really like the pattern. So now I'm stopping. Check this out. Now, ain't that cool? That looks very cool. Very cool. And it sits so high, it's very easy to... It still shows easily over the top case. So, awesome. This is a good product. I really, really like it. It works the way it's supposed to work. You just connect it to the bike and then there's no hassle in any way, shape, or form. You just click the button to turn it on and it's on, okay? And it's really visible. It's visible even at day. And it really helps showing where you are and where you want to go. It's just awesome. So it is a lot of money, but it's not that expensive. You get a lot for your buck. But it's not for everyone. Again, some people will hate it, will think this is as stupid is. I like it. I like it quite a lot. For some use, for some usages, it's awesome. You're not going to take this one onto a track, obviously, but for commuting, especially if you have to commute at night, invaluable. If you have to commute at night at very dark places, even better. Something that shows cars, hey, look, there's a guy here, okay? Let's try not to run me over. And that's the whole point of it, and I really, really like it. Now, there is a slightly cheaper kit, which does not come with a vest. It's just the LEDs and the receivers, so you can glue that wherever you want. So you could glue it to your helmet, but that would be a bit silly because that's a lot of LEDs to put around a helmet, and you'd need the receiver unit, which is too big to strap onto a helmet. But you could glue it to the top case, for example, or to a backpack. That would actually work pretty well, and the instructions tell you how to do it to a backpack, because, well, a backpack has a lot of space. You can also get your pillion to wear it. So if you're with a pillion, because obviously if you're with a pillion, the lights will be obscured by your body. So you can get the pillion to wear it. That's another advantage of having this on a vest. Or if you have just the other one, you can always modify a jacket to do it. So I liked it. I like this product quite a lot, and I do recommend it, okay? Especially for Northern European countries, where when you have really long nights and you have to ride at night for most of the year or for long periods of time during the year, I think this is a very, very nice product. So here's the unboxing, although I have already unboxed it, just to show you what you get for your 350 euros. This is the more expensive kit. There's a more cheaper kit which does not bring the jacket, only brings the LEDs and that's it. I don't think it even brings this connected, so a bit more cost, a bit of cost cutting there. So you get these connectors. Take one out. These here, okay. These connectors are for these wires. This is for installing on your bike, which should be done near the tail lights. You got the manual, which is this, printed in color with all the instructions you might need. It's very, actually quite thorough. I can just put it here so it doesn't fly off in the wind. You've got a completely standard power bank. This is an off-the-shelf power bank, which is very useful because it does have, this is to charge your jacket, and these two can be used to then charge your cell phone at the same time should you need it. It's very nice because if something happens to this, it's very easy to replace. And it's also 52,000 milliamps, which is pretty cool. So that's a lot of power you've got here. You've got a little connector, we'll go through that in a minute. And you've got this. This is what you're going to put on your bike. This is what has to fit. Look, I don't have a banana for scale, but look at next to the GoPro, okay? So this is what you put on the bike, usually on the rear seat, under the rear seat, and these are the sensors. They're very long, as you can see. So even if you put this at the rear of your seat, okay, this should be able to go at least up to the tank. So if you stick this, you have a lot of places where you can stick this, okay? And these are simple wires you can actually extend if you need it. The hell was that? Yay, loud music. So each of these goes onto a sensor with this thing. Switching here. So what you basically do is that you take the bike's wire and you stick it through this. You can open this slightly, make it go through this gap, and you put the sensor one here, and then you close it off like this, which sends this metal piece onto the wires and cuts the wires. Does not cut them completely, just cuts the insulation, and so it works as a sensor, okay? So it's touching both. This box then senses the energy going through, and it'll send it, and this is why this is so expensive, this is so much money, because this then will send it via Bluetooth to your jacket. And now it's not just that. This, you might think, well, this is very expensive. Why is this so expensive? Well, granted, you could get this jacket for like 70 euros. 10 for each of these LEDs, because these are really good LEDs. These are the good ones, not the dirt cheap China ones. You'd get these for 10 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the front 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll get to that. So that's like 90 bucks just on LEDs. Now let's make it half of that. 45 bucks on LEDs, 20 bucks on this. So you'd have it all for 65. Okay? Well, why is it 350? Well, you got this little magical box with the Bluetooth module. Let's say that's 100 quid extra, so that's now at 165. But it's not just that. This is very well built. This is very light, but the plastic is really hard. This is good ABS plastic. Look at my finger, how much strength I'm doing, and it doesn't break or bend or anything. I'm going to ow, I hurt my fingers. No damage. If this was Chinese, I'll probably go like this and go right through it. So this is very sturdy. It's very light. It feels very flimsy, but the plastic is very sturdy. It feels flimsy because it's very light, okay? It's just a board. The chips on it are made by an industrial company that is used to doing this, doing electronics for very hazardous environments. So this is not made by some poor Chinese bloke making a buck an hour, okay? This is by actual professionals, so this should last a lot. Should be waterproof. It is waterproof. Don't go dunk it into a swimming pool, please. It'll be more than enough if it's in the bike. It should be vibration proof, heat, etc., cold, etc. Obviously, electronics don't like extreme heats or cold, so please don't go to Antarctica with this and then complain it doesn't work, or the Sahara. But I would say for normal temperatures, it should work fine. Okay, so that's one. That's why this is so expensive. This is quality stuff. Okay, that's one. Let's put this sideways here. Let's just put this on the ground so I can have a bit of room to move around. Not that it's gonna break, because it's not, because it's sturdy again. Okay, so here, and then let's go to the jacket itself. This is the front. where you have your running lights and your indicators, tiny LEDs, okay? You have two little pockets here on the left one's empty, the right one has the receiver box. Now this receiver box, you can see all the wiring, okay? All of this seems very handmade, so there's a lot of labor involved in this. It's not a machine just stamping out new ones. That also adds to the cost, unfortunately. And I'm not sure what this button does. I think it turns on or off the daylight running lights, which are these ones, they're white. You have this connector, which should connect here, like so. And then you connect the power bank to this, like so. And now it's got power, and you just stick it in the little pockets, and you're ready to go. And that's just it, okay? It's got a little pocket with both things there. Of course, you've got a bigger cable. You can always put it on the other pocket, so it's not that bulky, but shorter cable helps battery life. Okay, this is also the same very sturdy plastic. Okay, the cheaper connector does not have these connectors done. Okay, you have to do this connector, and then you have to glue these onto some jacket or backpack or whatever. The instructions actually talk about that quite thoroughly, on how to connect, how to do the cheaper module, how to put these on a jacket or on a backpack. It actually uses a backpack. So you got this. This is another box just like the other one. So let's say this is another $100. So that's already 250 plus labor. And come to think of it, I'm not sure the guy's actually making any money on this. Okay. Now about the jacket, which is the important thing. Now you know why this is so expensive. And actually, I don't think the guy's actually making money unless he starts selling a lot of them. Okay, so how's this? You have these clip-ons, so you can stick it onto you, so you can actually adjust it so it's tighter, and I would suggest very tight. This is reflective. Okay, and you have these. First thing I noticed, that was the first thing I wanted to say as soon as I saw it, was that I would really prefer not having these wires showing. Okay, I would paint this black and this edge here also black. Just paint it black, so that it's not, you don't see the red cable, which looks, well, a tad ugly. The other thing I noticed, and I wanted immediately, was that to get the LEDs flush with the cloth, so it doesn't stick out like this. Now I came around a bit because, well, if it stick out, it's more visible, because this plastic, this rubber in which it's encased, so this is completely waterproof. It will help diffuse the light, and so it will shine up and down a bit everywhere. If it was flush with the cloth and then glued onto the cloth, you wouldn't be able to see it as well. And the whole idea of this is seeing people being able to see you. So the only change I would do is actually paint this little thingamajig here, just so you don't see the little red cable. Although on the bike, no one's gonna see this. Okay, this is only visible really close. So this is how it looks. These three here are your running lights, okay, and the stop lights, just like a bike. And these are your indicators, really big indicators. This will also sit up high on your back. So I'm not sure if it's going to be visible over the top case. I'm gonna have to try that. That top case is very high, okay, it's ridiculously high, so that's not quite a fair trial, but it sits quite high on your torso. And these at the front, these sit high on your torso, and these don't. On the videos, you'll probably have noticed that this actually reflects off your helmet, which even aids your visibility even more, because your helmet gets illuminated here and here, and it actually looks pretty cool. So that's the Ridervision. I really like it. Oh, and it looks very light, because it really needs to be light. But it also looks well built and sturdy. This is not just tissue. This is slightly plasticky cloth. Slightly plasticky, slightly waterproofy cloth. And this is all elastic, so you can adjust it easily. It feels very light, but at the same time quality. Odd. We'll have to give it a proper go.